What's going on, guys? My name is Michael Pedrotti and I'm going to show you exactly what I do when auditing a blog post with Surfer SEO. For those who don't know, Surfer SEO is a new on-page SEO tool that gives you plenty of tips on what you should be doing to optimize your page. It can be a blog post, it can be a normal page, it doesn't really matter. So today we're going to be looking at my boy Calvin, his new website. Very new website, so I'm not going to critique it that much, but like a couple things off the bat. This title needs to be longer. It needs to have needs to be enticing to the reader, so it'd be like Symvolia review, why you should be using it, or Symvolia review, like the keyword, and then like a statement after it. So it's like what sets it apart from the rest, or something along those lines. You just mix it up and just see what works for that article. When you're not really ranking, it's not too important as long as you're not like doubling up on the words that you're using in the heading. But when you start ranking on page 1, you're going to notice your click-through rate, and if that's sort of below 1, then you want to go through and modify that so till you get a higher click-through rate. You can do this in Google Search Console, but I'll tell you guys about that in another day. If we go through, you see it's got table of contents, so that's good. The structure looks okay on this post, like it looks pretty good. But what I noticed is there was no call to action up in this section here. So my philosophy is you want to kind of sell the person or get them to the program's website within the first 2 sections. If they're going all the way to the end of the article and you still haven't convinced them, then they're probably not going to buy the product anyway. So yeah, put the call to action in the first 2 sections. And I noticed as well, when I had a quick look before, there's multiple color call to action buttons. So for those who don't know how to select your call to action, as we see here, the main color scheme, you see the logo is purple. There's like a lot of purple going on here. So if we check a color wheel, so if we look at the direct opposite of purple, it's green, so we can use a green call to action button. It's basically, these colors are like direct contrast to each other. So if your site was primarily blue, you'd use orange call to action. If it's primarily red, again green, etc. So you want like a direct contrast. I've even made this mistake. I even did it recently and I didn't even sort of realize it because I was too focused on the design of the site. I didn't think about what should, like, that the user should be clicking that button. So it's just something to be aware of. You want your call to actions to stand out from the rest of the site. So if we go back to Symvolia, so let's put it into Surfer. Okay, let's just log in. I've already done the analysis on the Symvolia review. So generally you just type in your keyword and then just click search, and then we'll go to click Symvolia review. Just give that a second while it's loading. Okay, so as you see here, it's brought up like a little graph, and this has basically got the top 10 averages for word count. Basically what I like to do, I like to turn the averages off because I can sort of just get a good look at sort of the average word count to everything. It looks like the average word count here, like it's probably going to be around, well, including this one here, it's going to be around 2,000. So we'll bring this down. I like to just look at the top 20 to give you an idea on where you should be competing. So yeah, it's probably going to be around between 2,000 and 3,000 for a word count. So if we go here, compare your website to competitors, just pop that in, click compare. Just give it a second, it's going to go through. You can actually see the rest of the competition here as well. Or you can just audit these sites directly, but we'll just wait. So here we go, the Calvin Lemon. We can see our word count there as well. So our word count is 1,488. So the very first thing you want to do is click on audit. It's going to come up with a bunch of errors, whatever, you know, how crappy your page is. So the very first thing you want to do, 1,379 words in paragraph. Click show details. Okay, you can see here there's like an average word count you want to be. We can see right now we're a bit outside of the average. So we want to bring this up probably like 500 words. We want to get it up close to that 2,000 range. That's the very first thing. Okay, so he needs to add words to this article. The second thing you need to do after that, after you've brought your word count up, is look at true density. So I don't focus on normal words, I focus on phrases, right? So as we can see here, phrases, we can see Symvolley review. We've got 10, competitors have 0 to 7, so we want to remove some of these exact words out. And then it says we want to add like email address and store products. We want to add a few of those. So that's something that, you know, needs attention. Words itself, like you can go through some words like you see here, it just wants the word reviews, but it's just a never-ending battle. Once you just start adding words, you're going to be too much on one word and not enough on another, and it's just going to throw the density out. So just focus on these phrases. It's a lot easier. Don't overcomplicate it for yourself. The next thing, like, I mean, if you don't really have that many backlinks, you can look at these common backlinks so you can get some ideas on what, you know, there could be some free backlinks that you could get that are going to help boost the relevance of that page. But for the most part, I don't really worry about this. I just focus on doing my own kind of outreach, and I don't think it matters too much, but obviously backlinks do matter, but I just have my own method for that. I don't really worry too much about it. The main thing is true density and the word count. After you've done that, then you can go through and he needs to add some like strong like elements to his tag. So basically, just in WordPress, just go in and just bold some text, like bold some keywords and whatnot. So if we go down more as well, you can see here it's like 10 exact keywords in the body, so that's exactly what it told us in true density. It says that we've got 10 exact keywords and we need to remove 2 to 7 exact keywords in image alt. So this is where you don't really take what the tool says 100%. So it says here it's like 2 exact keywords in image alt compared to pages that have 0 exact keywords, 0 on average. So having like an exact keyword in your image alt, that's just kind of like a good practice. Like that's just something that you want to do to all your blog posts. You want to have like an exact keyword in the image. Like people say it doesn't matter, but you want to have your exact keyword at the start of your article as well. It's like these are things that still work and you still should be doing, and it's what's going to separate you from the competition. So don't just ignore good practice from what the tool says, because if you're going into like a niche and it's got like everyone's got poor practice and it's going to say, you know, no one's got these exact tags, you should be using like something else, just ignore that and just still do your good practice things, but use this to complement what you're actually doing on your page. So what have we got here? 33 exact keywords per 100, whatever. 1 exact keyword in H2 to H6. So that's something you want. You want an exact keyword in your H2, like in your H2 or H3. So yeah, these are just other things you can check. But for the most part, it looks like he's just going to have to focus on word count, fixing up the true density, and then adding some backlinks, and that article should be good to go. Now, because it is a brand new site, he still has to do all his normal link building and things like that, but yeah, for the most part, that article seems pretty solid. Like, it's a decent word count, like it's just a few minor changes he has to make, and it's gonna be a winner. I like how he's got some images and stuff in here and some videos too. Like, I don't know if he's seen or read my blog post where I talk about putting videos in blog posts, but you know, if someone wants information and they can easily just see a curated list of videos, it's going to keep them on the page longer. It's going to send a signal to Google. It's like, hey, you know, people like sitting on this page for a while, and if they click through from there, then that's like a big thumbs up to Google. So yeah, so anyway guys, I hope you like that. It's just a little quick look at Surfer SEO. If you want to sign up, there's a link in the description. But yeah, like, if you got any questions, just leave a comment or just ask in my group. I'll also leave a link to that in the description as well. Happy to help you guys, and yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.